back to the channel. My name is Joshua Arce of Joshua Reviews, Movies and More. And today, we have a DC update. Listen, DC just keeps taking L's recently, so it's just like, what can you do? You know, I'm coming off of that, MCU hype, and I'm back to doing DC content. But I will probably have an MCU update today, after this. Because YouTube only allows like 3 videos per day, otherwise the rest will just not reach to as many people. It's not like my videos are reaching to as many people right now. They're getting, like freaking 13 views. I thought that Deadpool 3 reaction was gonna be it. I thought I was gonna get over 1K views. Nah, it's sitting at 13 views right now, so it is what it is. But if any of you guys know how to get reach of more viewers, please leave your suggestions down in the comments. Anyway, I'm gonna say this right now. If you are excited for the DCU, you should probably click off of this video. Because I'm going to go in regarding some of this news. But I do have some cool things to also show you. So, first thing I want to show you is some Penguin set photos. Not many of you guys know this, but a Penguin Max show is being developed in the Matt Reeves, the Batman universe. And it has been filming for a while, and I do think it has officially wrapped filming. So, that's cool. The first photo I have here is just Colin Farrell, just sort of in a more comic accurate looking suit. Sorry. You can see he has the coat and everything, and it seems as if like an explosion has gone off. As you can see here in this second photo right here. Yeah, there's a car tipped over behind him, like he's covered in all this dust. There's rubble. I mean, someone's after this man, or this man is after someone. It's one of the two, because he is causing madness. The other one I have here is like a more wider shot. You can see the blue screens in the background. You can see a shopping cart right here, which tells me that this is going to be near some sort of shop. Maybe someone tried to get a hit on Penguin or someone, but it's crazy, to say the least. You can see right here in the fourth one that there's like a car on fire in the background. Colin Farrell's still right here. He's just chilling in this destruction. And then you get this photo. You see a man right there trying to lift someone out of the rubble. But from what I'm seeing from the show, it looks pretty nice. Here's the other photo that I have right here. It seems to be he's talking to either like a crew member or someone. But yeah, those are some Penguin set photos. I'm very, very excited. I don't consider the Batman to be like the best thing ever, as some people do, but it's still an enjoyable movie, and it's still a solid Batman film. So matter of fact, I didn't watch it until last year. I first watched it last year, even though it came out 2 years ago. But, yeah. Anyway, here's some news regarding Superman Legacy. Nathan Fillion says that Superman Legacy will have a table read next week in Atlanta. Obviously, next week. This was like 2 days ago, so it could be this week. And an actor from Superman Legacy, I forget who she's playing, and I'm forgetting her name, but she posted on her story, first day So that, and she's in Atlanta, so that makes me believe that there is something happening today regarding Superman Legacy. And that could very well be the table read of Superman Legacy. Going off of that, Isabella Merced screen tested with other Superman Legacy cast members, and it felt like a legitimate shooting day. This is coming from The Hollywood Reporter. Listen, guys, before I go absolutely off on what I'm about to show you right here, well, it's going to be after what I show you right here. I am hoping that this DC universe is something to look forward to. But as of now, it's just not. So, you all can stop typing in the comments, you're just a hater. Because I'm not, right? I'll probably just delete your comments anyway. But, like, I'm not a hater. I'm just looking at these things and saying, hey, if you're wanting the audience's attention, you're not getting mine. I don't know why these decisions are happening or whatever, blah, 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 blah. So, that was Isabella Merced. So, here is something that... Hey, I hate to bring this up, but... Zack Snyder's Green Lantern concept? Oh, no! Oh, no! We almost had something so special. It looks glorious. It looks glorious. I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn takes this concept and applies it in the Green Lantern workshop. That would suck. But yeah, listen, this looks awesome. That's the first photo I have here. Here's the second photo of Hal Jordan. Man. Guys, I'm telling you, with the Snyderverse, we would have had something special. Special. Zack Snyder's Justice League beat No Way Home at the Oscars. Like, what? What are we doing? Why are we all calling it a masterpiece, but we're still calling Man of Steel and BVS trash? Where does that logic come from? Because Man of Steel and BVS lead straight into Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, come on. Like, you're telling me you don't want this. You don't want this. Look at the... You guys are jerks, I hope you know that. Just complaining 24/7. And now we're stuck with Gunn's DCU, so... And then watch. You guys are gonna be like, well, you're complaining about Gunn's DCU like every single day. Gunn is literally the head of DC. Hello, he's the CEO of DC Studios. How am I not supposed to talk about him regarding DC? Like, come on. And the man's active on social media every day. The man won't shut up. It's crazy. And he keeps contradicting himself almost every single day. And it's like, I'm gonna need you to get off social media because you are making me less and less interested in this universe than I already wasn't. I was excited for Superman Legacy in the DCU when it was first announced. My mom has a video of me reacting to the DC slate. I was going bonkers. Until, cut to a few months later, a year later, and it's just not great. It's tough. So the third Green Lantern photo I have right here is you can see that the Green Lantern logo sort of popping out a little bit. And it looks glorious to say the least. And then you have this is just like a 3D render, I guess. You can see the man's yacht right there. It genuinely looks like a good Green Lantern suit. It's brilliant. You can see here the fifth photo right here. It's not really as clear, but it's still pretty sick. And then the sixth one that I have is way more of a clearer image, and you can see the back and everything. And yeah, man, we were robbed so hard. Now to get on to my little rant. So you can click off now if you want. But Frank Grillo says Creature Commandos is a hard R. This is coming from Screen Rant. He also went on to say that the show is going to be filled with some filthy humor, and that he was dying on the floor laughing alongside David Harbour. I'm telling you right now, this ticks me off so much. You want to know why? So, it's been made aware to me as a Snyder fan, correct? Like, really made aware to me. Like, every one of my comments saying, this brand is supposed to be frightful, optimistic, and so it can appeal to kids, whatever. That's the whole reason as to why Warner Brothers kept chiming in to David Ayer's Suicide Squad, BVS, Justice League, whatever, right? To sell more toys and so kids can enjoy these movies. But yeah, you have James Gunn making a cartoon show, rated R, with the DC brand at the top of the title card. So, you mean to tell me that everything that has been said in the past is completely irrelevant? Gunn's last three, and I'm counting this as his third project. Gunn's past three DC projects have all been rated R. No one seems to be complaining about that. But when Snyder has the R rating, just to add some more violence and blood or whatever, you guys complain, even though Snyder doesn't take the dumb approach and put wee-wee jokes every 2 seconds, like there is in the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. Like, this got me to the point where I was like, nah, I'm done. I was like, there's no way this is true. But it is. So, unfortunately, we're going to be getting a rated R Creature Commandos show. And look! They look like a fun group of characters. They look very, very fun. It looks like a show that could genuinely appeal to kids. But no. Have it PG-13 at least, like TV-14. Why do you have to make it rated R? Why? So that you can add some more adult humor? No! You're supposed to be drawing audiences in, not pushing them out. Gunn is riding on Legacy way too much. And I hope it is because it's a fantastic movie. Superman Legacy is probably the most comic book movie ever to have this much pressure on its shoulders. And I don't think Gunn fully grasps that. Like, the comic book movie genre right now is in the mud. And I'll talk about that in my Marvel update. You know, we've gotten some interesting reviews regarding Madam Web. But, like, it's in the mud right now. Like, we hit a high with that Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. Like, we're hype. But in these past few years, it's just like gone limp. It's just not really doing anything special. We've had a few hit and misses. Misses a lot more than hits. You know, obviously we have Blue Beetle, which I think is one of the better comic book movies in recent years. We had The Flash, which I thought was not great. And then you had Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which was okay, but really generic and just run-of-the-mill superhero story, just not really doing much. So this brand in particular, DC, is in the mud right now. It's literally in mud, also with horse poop on top of it, while a dog is peeing on it. Like, the brand needs a win. And it hasn't gotten a win Since, in my opinion, Zack Snyder's Justice League. That was when we had an actual win, that the fandom actually came together to make sure that the Snyder Cut was released. Sure, some of them promoted the Snyder Cut just so that when it came out they could absolutely bash it, but, like, at least we all came together like a big happy family. It was a nice, good family reunion when we all sat down and watched the Snyder Cut for the first time, and we were all raving on social media about it. It was fun. Fun. Now, it's fun. Like, well, the Deadpool Wolverine trailer just became the most watched trailer of all time, crossing, I believe, 365 million views. Thank you, Sean Levy. But, like, I don't know. This brand, and this news in particular, doesn't get me interested at all. Like, I want the DC brand to succeed so much. Like, as a Snyder fan, or, you know, I actually like to consider myself a actual DC fan, right? Rather than these other real DC fans who claim to have gone to see the movie, but really didn't, and just stayed and at home to watch it on Max. Like, I go to every DC movie that releases. Whether it's a hit or a miss, I don't care. I want this brand to succeed. I love these heroes, I love this world, and I love the sort of world building that you can create within this universe. You have Metropolis, Gotham, Bloodhaven, Star City, Central City, whatever. It's a great world. And it's like Themyscira. It's a great world. That's why I'm doing my films with Superman, Last Son of Krypton, and etc. It's a really, really fun and optimistic world, while at the same time you can sort of explore some things within that lore to make it a bit more darker, like with Batman or the Joker or whatever, or with like Superman and Darkseid, right? Like, there are some instances where you can take certain things and just boost it a bit more. Just say, hey, we're gonna have our fun with this one. And then you're gonna say, hey, on the next one, it's gonna be like a serious throwdown action movie. Like, we're not messing around, right? Like, there is humor in Zack Snyder's Justice League and BVS and Man of Steel. It's just like, it goes over people's heads because it's not dumbed down humor. It's normal day-to-day humor that you would get from your work colleague. Like, and yeah, it'll get like a little chuckle out of you, but people just want to burst out laughing, which I don't really see why. But, like, Zack Snyder's Justice League, in my opinion, I have to say in my opinion, because if not, people would just say, oh, he's just bashing. He's just bashing Gunn. No, I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think that movie is one of the best comic book movies to come out in recent years. Probably the best comic book movie to come out in recent years, to be honest, other than No Way Home. And which, again, did out, Zack Snyder just beat No Way Home at the Oscars. Like, so listen. Leave your ideas and comments down below on what this world can be. I also want to say something right here, because I've been seeing the Snyder fandom become a little toxic lately, and I'm not really liking it. Gunn went out on Instagram and said he was responding to Dave Bautista, who said that he wanted to join the MCU, which I think is fine. If he had a good time working with Gunn, he had a good time working with Gunn. That's great. I love that he's enjoying his experiences with Gunn and a director. If I had a chance to work with Gunn in the future and we could actually talk some things out, maybe I wouldn't be directly opposed. But he put on his Instagram story and he asked on Threads, who do you want to see Dave portray in the DCU? Snyder fans, us, right? Me, because I'm in that fandom, right? Came out and absolutely started bashing it. saying that Gunn had no creative ideas whatsoever, and that Gunn was just asking these questions because he didn't know what he was doing. One, I think that's over-exaggerating things. Way too much. We don't need to have that negativity surrounding the DC brand or whatever, or whoever's in charge at DC Studios. Like, yes, if you go back and look at my previous videos, I am really, really not happy with the DC brand. But, you know, today with this news, I'm just sort of like, why? Like, why? I want this brand to succeed so much, I really do, and I want Superman Legacy to be great. David Cornsweet is such a good casting as Superman. Is it better than Henry Cavill? Debatable. We can debate that in the comments if you guys want. But, saying that a director has no creative vision just because he simply asks the fans what they want to see is a bit weird. Gunn is supposedly, with this news, I'm not really sure anymore, is supposedly making this universe for the fans. On some days, I feel like he's just making it for himself. Then on other days, he's like, oh, well, that was a pretty good casting. Maybe he is actually doing this for the fans. If I was the director of one of the biggest universes of all time, I would ask, which actor would you want to portray a certain role, and maybe we can figure something out. It's reasonable, it's calm, it's nice, it's fine, right? Nothing wrong with a little feedback. But people took this and just like went way too far. Like, I wanted to quote so many people and be like, dude, stop, because you're making the Snyder fandom look even worse than it already does within just like the general consensus, like among real DC fans, right? And I just don't think that that's what Gunn was doing. I think he was just simply trying to ask a question. Now, I will say this. Is this the greatest news ever? For some people, yeah, and if you're excited, I'm happy for you. Woo! I'm not. Personally, I'm not that excited. But I think if Gunn can deliver something that some people enjoy, then good for him. Great, that's fun. But if this is going to be anything like the Suicide Squad or Peacemaker, I'm personally not going to enjoy it. That's why I think he really has to find a balance between those two and really make sure that he's not putting adult humor in every single project he is. Because there are going to be kids and families going to these theaters to watch these shows, and they're going to be going on Max to watch these shows. Creature Commandos is an odd choice to make a rated R project, but if it turns out to be good, I'll say it. I'll be like, guys, this is actually great. I'll be like, this is good. This is great. But if it turns out to be what I think it's gonna be, I'ma also say it. I'ma also be, I told you so. I'ma say those words. I told you so. But anyway, I've been talking for 24 minutes. And I hope I've sort of cleared some things up regarding my views on DC. Like, I get comments all the time being like, you're just a hater. You, Aaron Fisher, our movie news, like everyone, like, you guys are just haters. We're not. We're just someone who really wants to see the DC brand succeed. It's not, like, Aaron has been reading DC comics, he said, since like the 80s, right? Big fan. So if he says that something isn't great regarding the DC brand, I'm gonna hop off of that and say, this probably isn't the best thing regarding DC at the moment. You can't deny it. Anyway, I'll catch you all later. Take care and peace.